let's just say that it might be like a warning that there's somebody out there who doesn't have your best interest at heart. But I don't think it's going to matter because that's followed by the star, which is a card of hope and optimism. And there's a card, the justice card, which means that you will get justice if somebody tries to do wrong to you. Um, just that there's somebody out there who you might want to be a little leery of. I'm not going to go as far as to say that they're creating a problem for you now. I just see that there's somebody who's a potential troublemaker out there, but it's not going to work. I got the 10 of cups here, which is great happiness. Yeah, it's not going to work at all. You'll be fine. In fact, you're strong enough to handle it. I have the strength card here. Aside from that, everything is happy. There's justice here, which generally means that there's something that you deserve that you're going to be getting, and it's not like you're going to get what's coming to you in a bad sense. It's a good one. Because the 10 of cups is here. The cards following that are good. That's complete happiness, the 10 of cups and joy. No, I'm getting lots of happy stuff here for you. The Empress here is a person who creates things and makes things happen. You're looking fine. You know, if there's anything specific you want to look
I'm ready for a change.
Yeah. Well, you'll make it happen. Let's see what I have here.
Well, deal.
Let's see what we get in terms of change coming. Okay. Well, now you see, this is interesting. I got that card again, the 5 of Swords, which is a card about somebody who's going to try to make some trouble in your life. But like I said, don't worry about it. Okay. The fact that it came up twice is interesting. It's just like it's saying, don't blow me off. But trust the cards here. They're saying that you're going to be fine. You really, you're getting the same cards again, and you heard me shuffle them. That's very funny. The stars here, that's hope and optimism and good things coming. No, I see nothing but good stuff coming your way. Here's the 4 of Rods, happiness and home. There's cards that indicate that here's the tower struck by lightning, and that's a card of change. There's good money cards here. You got a very dull, happy future here that I see. You know, nothing bad at all. You know something. This is why it's interesting that there's somebody you're going to do very well. Okay, in terms of. Things you want in life. There's a period of change coming, and it's going to be very good for you. That's what I'm seeing here. You're going to be putting bad stuff that you don't like behind you, and you're going to move forward and get things done. Now, that to me explains that 5 of Swords card, because when we start improving ourselves and when we start getting things that other people don't have, somebody's going to be dissatisfied and unhappy about it. But because I found that the surest way to lose friends is to improve yourself and change. You know, you're so different now. What happened to you? You're not so much fun anymore. You know, but you'll get new friends. But you're going to be fine. I got the 4 of Rods, happy home again. There's that card again, the 5 of Swords. That's 3 times. So it's not, like I said, it's nothing to be worried about. I want you to be I want you.
Keep my eye open.
Yeah, it's just a bit of a warning that as you start changing for the better and getting things that you want, somebody around you is going to start being envious and unsatisfied and dissatisfied, and that's their problem. That's not your problem. Okay, and it's not going to hurt you. Yeah, that person isn't going to hurt you. Let me look at that person. Okay. Okay. See, this is interesting. I'm looking that the cards for you are good. The 9 of Cups, that's a card of being very satisfied in life. Really satisfied in life. The Sun, which is a card of health and healing and growth and happiness. And when I look at that person, I have the 5 of Coins, which is a card about loss and being unhappy. I have the 10 of Rods, which is about a person who feels overburdened and overworked. I have the Devil card, which is about a person who is very controlling and and there's the card again. There's the 5 of Swords again. And so you know what it is? You're looking at a classic grouch. That's all. So that's all? when this person shows up, it isn't going to hurt you at all because you're going to be you look at the 10 of cups sometime. I mean, the 9 and 10 of cups, the 9 of cups, that shows a very happy, well-fed, contented, smiling person. In fact, the only warning that comes, this is interesting in light of this other card that I've got. The only warning that comes with the 9 of cups is that some people may be envious of what you have. And let me tell you, that's this other person. And it's that person's problem, not yours. They're not going to hurt you at all. They're going to be too busy feeling sorry for themselves for not having what you've got when they could just as easily get what it's within anybody's power. I'll tell you a story about that because it has happened several times to me. But my wife and I had a friend who was a theater major at a very impressive college, and theater was his life. And I wasn't a theater major, and theater wasn't my life. And some people who were familiar with me thought that I would be the perfect person to write a play that they were producing. And I said, okay, fine. And we signed the contracts and got the job. And my wife mentioned it to this friend casually, and he was upset. He was furious. Well, you don't have any training in writing a play. And I said, well, I don't care. They're the professionals. They're the ones who think that I can do it. So who am I to say no? And it paid me very well, But you know something? We have this. This was back in the 90s. We haven't spoken or heard from him since then. And that's the kind of person. That's what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about.
We don't need those people anyhow. We don't need those kind of people.
let them take themselves out of our life because
Right. I agree with that.
Let's forget that because that's what we're talking about, which is you're going to be doing very well, and it's going to be through your work, and nobody has a right to appropriate that for themselves because it's not your responsibility to make them happy. And when you come down to it, you can't do that. That's one of the biggest mistakes I think people make anyway, which is to get into a relationship because they want to make somebody happy.
Right.
It's you're happy or you're not, and the key is can you be miserable together? If you know what I mean. Look, I don't have to. I don't want to dwell on me here, but my wife and I've had the last few years have been pretty horrible, but we're fine. I mean, she had an accident that's pretty much.
You're going to have good with bad.
Right. We said for better or worse, right? She had an accident that's pretty much crippled her. I've lost the sight in one eye, and I'm not doing well in the other eye. These are things, but we're together, and we help each other, and we do what we can for each other, and we see the doctors when we need
growing
to.
Growing old together.
Yeah, exactly. But you see, this whole thing about the happiness, you're going to have it, and it's going to bother somebody. There's one person who it's going to bother, and you're right. That person is going to self-censor and take him or herself out of your life, and you don't need that person anyway.
I agree. How about my love life? When is that going to be?
Let's see.
Speaking of people, get rid of those bad.
Have you recently had a relationship that didn't work?
Yeah.
Because I've got a card here I've got 2 cards here that are very sad, and they tend to be about relationships. The 3 of Swords shows a heart pierced by swords, and the 9 of Swords shows an unhappy person. But the next thing here I've got is the 10 of Cups, which is great happiness. And justice, the justice card again. So you're going to be fine. Something new is coming your way. I've got the Ace of Rods here. That's going to be new. I've got the Page of Cups. So there is going to be some romance coming your way. The Page of Cups especially says that. And that's not theoretical. The Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups would be more theoretical. The Page of Cups means it's here. So you're going to meet somebody, and it'll be good. Okay?
Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
You got a bright future here, and I'm sorry that this other person won't be willing or able to share it with you, but that's their loss, right? That's their loss, not yours. So,
yeah, I don't want them kind of people anyhow.
You got it.
I've had enough of that.
Yep. From what I see, yes, because there was a period of sadness here, but it's over, and there's good stuff coming. So, Enjoy it
I'm
because
trying.
it's going to be very good. Oh, you don't need to try. You're going to be doing just fine. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thanks for calling. Bye bye now. And you're listening to Reverend Elliot's Magical Window. This is me, Reverend Elliot, and the magical window is the tarot cards. Where is the tarot cards or are the tarot cards? I'm mixing things here. The magical window is the tarot cards. That kind of makes sense. The magical window are the tarot. No, the magical window be the tarot cards. No, that doesn't. I'll just change the name of the darn show. What can I tell you? You're listening to Reverend Elliot's Magical Window, the pompously named, meaningless named program, where we look through the magical window of the tarot so that we can see around the corner of life and to see what's coming at us, to see what's happening, to see what's the word I'm looking for. To see what life holds for us. You see, this was a perfect example about not just looking at the future, but looking at the people around us this past call. It's sad. There is somebody there. That card came up 3 times in that reading. There is somebody in that person's life who is going to be a real sourpuss. And that's fine. You can't control that. There's nothing you can do. I suppose at certain points in life, I was the sourpuss. You know, I'm not going to cast the first stone, as they say. I'm sure there are loads of people who could tell you terrible stories about being involved with me. But, hey, you know, don't believe a word of them. Remember what I said about trust? You can trust me, baby. How many times would you really, does anybody really trust somebody who says you can trust me? Does anyone really do that? Is that a thing? Do people still say trust me on this? Or, I mean, outside of politicians, do politicians even say trust me? Because you know they don't mean what they're saying. I mean, we've become so inured to that. Just trust me. You know, if some politician kept his or her word, I think we'd all just collapse, or we'd declare a national holiday. I agree with something Christopher Hitchens once said. It was very profound. He doesn't trust. In fact, he did use the word trust. He said he doesn't trust people who run for office out of personal therapeutic reasons. For instance, there's somebody who recently ran for office because he said that if he could get this job, it would erase childhood trauma. Now, that's not very good reason to run for office, and it won't even be effective, because whatever you consider childhood trauma when you're over 60 years old, if you still got it, you ain't going to get rid of it by being elected to office. There are people who just feel, I promised my mommy I'd be president, you know, and I'm not letting my mommy down. That kind of stuff is pretty weird to hear from people in their 70s. You know what's even stranger to me is when I hear people in their 70s say, you know what we need is the adult in the room. We need an adult in the room. What kind of talk is that? Are you 12? Do you really, you be the adult in your own life. It's fun. I deal with people now and then who tell me what they really hate about life is not being a child anymore. And I said, what is it about being a child that appealed to you that you can't do now on steroids? You know, it's, you have so much freedom now. As a child, you know, you had these people who were 9 feet tall, it looked like, people towering over you saying, you can't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. This is wrong. Stop that. Sit up straight. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I was so eager to be an adult that when I was a little kid, I used to put talcum powder in my hair to make sure it was gray. See what I looked like with gray hair. I have not regretted a moment of adultness. I've never said I want to go back to being a child, because all the fun I had as a kid, I can still have. And there are other pleasures too. Sandra in Spring, Texas is next. Hi, you're on with Reverend Elliot.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
I am great.
Beautiful.
I was calling to see what does my life look like maybe the next 6 months, from career choice, finances, relationships, all that good stuff.
Okay, well, let's see what we got. Put a few cards out here. Well, there. This is coming up a lot with people. I've got several cards here that are aces, and aces are beginnings, and that's good. That's new. That's nice stuff. There's the two of coins is here. That doesn't indicate money troubles, but it indicates a person who knows how to handle money and can juggle money and can. You're good with making money work and stretching a dollar, and you can. You're conscious of where your money goes. The next card is the Ace of Coins, which tells me that there's going to be more money coming your way. There's also the Ace of Cups, which tells me there's happiness coming your way. Well, one maybe usually brings the other. The Sun is here. That's a card of health and growth and happiness and joy. And the Seven of Rods is here, which is a person who can make difficulties just go away. You can wipe away whatever difficulties get in your way. And the Ten of Cups is here. That's a great card of happiness and joy. So I'm seeing good things coming your way. This looks like a very good period. New things are going to happen in terms of your emotional life and your financial life, and the new things that happen will be good. See, that's the thing I learned long ago when doing readings. And you learn this pretty darn fast, is when you tell people there's change coming, you better be able to quickly tell them whether it's good change or bad change. Yeah, because when you tell most people that change is coming, they say, "Great, is it good?" Then it dawns on them. But so I always look at the cards first, and yes, there's good stuff coming your way in terms of money. There's good stuff coming your way in terms of emotional well-being and happiness and joy. And any difficulties are going to be minor. You'll be able to sweep them away. I just see the message in this reading overall is happiness and joy. And that's what I see for the next few months coming. So that's good, huh?
Oh, wow. That sounds great to me. That sounds great. That sounds great. And I was listening to you earlier, and you were talking about how you went to the doctor and you was smoking your cigarettes, and you did non-filter. My dad smoked non-filter, so I'm sure he felt your pain.
Yeah. Well, I did it out of a silly thing. I worked for a marketing company, and I had made a mistake in one of the accounts, and I knew I was going to get chewed out at the next business meeting that we had at the office. And everybody in those days was smoking low tar cigarettes, like Carlton, and I don't remember the other names, but they were low tar cigarettes, and they were just like cigarettes that were mild. And I got a pack of unfiltered Lucky Strikes. And I figured I'm gonna smoke these at the meeting just to intimidate them, and I did, and it startled them, and it started a love affair, which cost me my breath for a while. But I enjoyed it. But I got over. I know I had to quit. Getting older is not for kids. That's for sure. Well, you're heading for a great period of time. So I want to see if I can get another call in. But I'm looking at one more card here for you, and I see it's going to be Ace of Rods. So you had the Ace of Coins, Ace of Cups, and now Ace of Rods. New things are coming to you in terms of work, in terms of romance and emotions, and in terms of money. You're going to enter a new period of good things coming in your life. Okay?
Oh, all right. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for calling. It's been great talking to you. Bye-bye now. And let's see if we can squeeze in Lindy in Melbourne. Hi, Lindy, you're on with Reverend Elliot.
Oh, hi. How are you going?
I'm doing well. How are you tonight?
Very well. Very well. Afternoon over here.
Yeah, I know it's afternoon where you are. It's still it's late. It's early. It's late Wednesday night here, coming up to midnight. So what can I look at for you? Lindy, did we lose you? Uh-oh. Lindy. Let's see, I'll just shuffle up the cards so we'll be ready when the machinery brings Lindy back. This time travel, right? I'm actually here just before midnight speaking to somebody in tomorrow afternoon. So that's time travel, right? To remember, like I said, you can check out if you don't get, well, obviously the show is winding down, so if you didn't get a chance to get through tonight, you can drop me an email at asktarot@earthlink.net, and I'll be happy to pull a few cards for you on the house. And let's go to Lindy now. Lindy, you back?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I'm
back though.
So anyway, what can I look at for you now?
Well, I have just put my house on the market, So I'm wondering if you could tell me whether I should take the first offer I get or whether I should, maybe hold out a bit.
Well, that's not the kind of thing that I particularly
That's what you
like.
do?
That's not the kind of thing
Okay.
I particularly like to do with cards. I'll tell you why. Because this is such a serious situation that I can't go that deep in it here. I can just
All
tell
right.
you
Well,
this.
you just give me a card and we'll go with that.
Well, I'll tell you this, though. The cards I have here show that you're going to be very successful at selling the house. Okay, so
right.
that may be an answer. See, what I can't tell you what you should or shouldn't do in terms of offers and the people who are going to be contacting you, but I can tell you that I have the Ace of Rods, which is about business and career, and the World, which is success, and the Six of Rods, which is success. And I'm telling you, these are very successful and happy cards. So it looks to me that whatever decision you're going to do very well with this sale.
Oh, that's good enough. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
Great. So these are very positive cards. So you listen to listen to your own instincts, and check with the professionals and see what you get. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for calling.
And the move? Do you get anything about the move?
About the move?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the moon at first. Let's see. Well, I do see change coming for you. And I see changes. I have the Eight of Rods, so that means it's going to happen fairly fast. The Ten of Cups, that's great happiness. The Ace of Coins means you'll have money. Yeah, it looks like it looks very good. The change is coming. It's going to come soon, and you're going to do it with happiness and with money. So there you go. It's everything you want.
Thank you.
Okay,
yeah.
I've got to run. I'm up against the clock now.
All right.
Go.
Thanks for that. Bye.
Bye now. Well, we've come to the end of another edition of Reverend Elliott's Magical Window, the radio show that we're the holdout, right? I know. I'm going to go to video, but I'm a little bit leery of all that. I have so much fun doing this with you the way we are, that I suppose if I can rig this up the way I want to, we'll be doing it the same anyway. It's going to be, it'll be a little different, let's say, but it'll still just be us getting together every Wednesday to tackle life's mysteries. You heard these were all pretty good readings here. People are on a right track. And I told you, my theory, I've been telling you this for years now. My theory is that people get so many good readings because really horrible readings only happen in bad movies anyway. But we get good readings because the people who call are aware of the situations in their life, and they're asking for help, and they understand help. So you're already on your way towards success by doing good. I don't know why I'm reading for you then is the answer, right? So there you go. Well, we've come to the end, so I will remind you now that mojoacademy.org has an abundance of wonderful books and audio and video there that will change your life. I book Hunches. I haven't talked about that in a while. It's the best book I've ever seen about developing psychic abilities, and you can find that at mojoacademy.org. For the magic-works.com, magic-works.com, and there's 100 and something pages of information there on everything magic all the time. So take a look there, and maybe I will hear from you off the air at asktarot@earthlink.net. Until next week, this is Reverend Elliott reminding you that time flies. It's up to you to be the navigator. Bye-bye now.